What is up, my Metaverse family? Welcome back to On-Chain Gaming. My name is Jake, the On-Chain Gamer, and I'm really excited today because we're talking about Mirandus again, and I love talking about Mirandus. If you don't know what Mirandus is, it is an upcoming play-to-earn, blockchain-enabled, massive multiplayer online role-playing game set in a medieval fantasy metaverse. I could not be more excited about it. What all of that long line of things essentially means is that the time that you spend in this game actually matters, because if you build wealth in this game, you're building actual crypto wealth, which means you can sell it and benefit yourself in real life. It is the next level of what gaming is going to be. Gaming is going to be changing forever because of the blockchain. So in this video, there's just a couple topics about Mirandus I wanted to touch on. We're going to be looking at whether or not this game is actually going to be free to play, because a lot of people have been asking questions about that, which makes sense because I've been making a lot of videos about spending a lot of money on NFTs for this game. So that's an honest question. So we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the character NFTs, because I really want to get into this. I just spent another $5,000 actually on more NFTs for this game. So we're going to be talking about the characters, getting a little bit more into that. And then I want to talk about the pay to win aspect of this game, because a lot of people have been saying, like, I'm so disappointed in Gala Games. How dare they make a play to earn game that is also a pay to win game. But we really need to dive into this. We need to get into a lot of stuff in this video. So if you're excited, leave a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, hit subscribe, click the notification bell, and let's get into it.
On-Chain Gaming.
So let's start this video off by making it very, very clear. You will 100% be able to play Mirandus for free. And what that means is that there will be free characters that you can use to play Mirandus. You will be able to adventure without spending any money. Now, how successful you'll be if you're unwilling or unable to put any money in this game is a different question. So yes, this game will 100% be free to play. But if you enter the world with nothing, you're wearing your rags, and you want to go take out a wolf, it might be a little bit difficult. The other thing is that the whole economy is going to be owned by real players. So like the shopkeeper owner is going to be a real player, and there's going to be like a weapon shop is going to be owned by a real player, and all the weapons, everything in the game is going to be a non-fungible token. So if when you entered the game, Gala was just giving you a bunch of free weapons and free armor and all of that, was like, go adventure, have fun, well then all of that would actually rob from all the real players that own all the real economy inside Mirandus. So it is going to be a very cutthroat, hardcore game. And if you go in with nothing, it is going to be difficult to grind your way into some sort of prosperity or wealth. Now, that said, there are going to be ways to do it. For example, I spent $20,000 or something like that, maybe it was a little bit more, on a Majestic Forge in Mirandus, and it's one of 5 Majestic Forges. But there's going to be a lot of tasks that I probably don't want to do myself in order to forge these majestic weapons, like gather certain materials, go out and forage and mine for metal and that kind of thing. And there's maybe a miner that can only carry so much stuff. So like maybe you go in as a free-to-play character and you're like, hey, I want to do work, we'll work for coins. And some miner who I've hired to go mine metal for me is like, hey, come along, I need help carrying stuff. So you go with him, he starts getting all of this metal, and then as he's walking back to my forge, he pays you to carry some of that stuff back. Now you have some coin, and maybe you can buy a pick of your own and start building up from there. So it's like you're gonna be starting from very humble beginnings, but because it is a real economy, you can work your way up. That is really, really cool. So let's talk about that pay to win side of things. The reason why blockchain gaming and pay to win kind of need to come together, but it's a new type of game, is because the pay to win is what enables the play to earn. Because this is a real economy, meaning that you need to be able, like somebody needs to be able to come in and like pay $10,000 for some insanely powerful sword and $5,000 or $15,000 for a really incredible character, and needs to be able to come in and drop $100,000 on this game and be really powerful in order for everyone who owns the parts of the Miranda's economy to be able to benefit from the work that we put in to create the stuff that's going to be created by us. So it's not Gala Games that's benefiting from the game being pay to win. It's not like, give us all your money and we'll make you powerful. It's this game is a real economy, which means that if you have money, you can buy real power. And that is what enables somebody else who goes and forages and mines that metal to be able to make money mining that metal, because I will pay them real money to bring me those resources. And the reason I will pay somebody real money for mining those resources is because somebody else is gonna pay me real money for that final sword that I produce. And if you didn't have the ability to come in and just buy a powerful sword, if they removed the play to win aspect, which is very different than the old play to win aspect, as I've repeated now several times, if they removed that, there would be no play to earn side of the game. And it wouldn't be worth it for me to buy an NFT for $20,000 because I wouldn't be able to generate anything of value with that. And if I couldn't sell it, then it's just like all the old games of the past. So this is a real economy. You need to think about Miranda's more like a real life simulation. It is a simulation of the real world. And in the real world, guess what? If you have $1 billion, you could probably buy a nuke in real life and be very powerful. I mean, that's what Vladimir Putin has done. And that's not necessarily a great thing that you can do that. But it makes sense that if we're trying to make a simulation of the real world in a game with a real economy where people can work and play and spend their time and literally generate enough income to feed themselves and pay their rent in real life, then the pay to win side has to exist. It's a necessity. It's part of a free economy that if you have money, you can buy things. That's just the way that this new type of game is going to work. So we need to start changing how we think of pay to win and all of that, because the blockchain and play to earn is giving power to the player, and all of a sudden it's not a bad thing. Is not a bad thing. I probably talked about that a little bit too long. Let's talk about the character NFTs that I just bought, and I just want to touch on this. I think it's really, really cool. So like I said, there will be free to play characters, but they are also selling these expensive characters that have these special abilities. And I already made a video about the special abilities, but we'll touch on it again just a little bit in this video. So you can see the true provider, his buff or her buff is actually that they'll be able to generate more produce from farming. So that's a really cool buff for a character to have. I actually bought one of these human providers because I also have a farming hamlet. And if I can get more yield from my farming hamlet, then that is sick. I definitely want that character. There's the human exemplar that's a rider of the north. This character is going to have a bonus dealing with horses and all like riding related skills. So it's that kind of thing. The dwarf, the deep mountain clan dwarf, can see in the dark. The beating heart clan orc is going to be able to see like creatures' heartbeat and their like blood signature. The long song halfling is going to be able to get more magical abilities through song. And then this overflow elf is really, really cool. There's only going to be 200 overflow elves in the entire game. The overflow elf is going to have quicker casting times and is going to have an easier time casting magical abilities. I bought the human true provider, the human rider of the north, the dwarf deep clan, and then the everflow elf as well. So it was a total of like, I think a little over $5,000 that I put into this. But I think that these elves are going to have a ton of value later on, because they're going to be releasing 4 more of these elf types. So each of the 5 total are going to be having 200. So that means that there's only going to be 1,000 ancient elves in the entire game. And if there's like 1 million players playing this game at some point, having one of 1,000 of something, it's actually only one of 200. The other 800 will be different types of ancient elves, but having one of 1,000 ancient elves, like that's gonna be so rare. Almost all of the NFTs in the game are gonna be humans, and then dwarfs and orcs are gonna have a little bit more than that, and then halflings. And then as you progress up to elves, they get more and more rare, and the elves are like super, super rare. So I was like, this is a $5,000 investment for something that might sell for tens of thousands of dollars, maybe even $100,000 plus in the future, who knows? Like, these NFTs are rare collectibles, but also like we've never had games with true scarcity before that actually became very popular. And we don't know what crazy popularity is gonna do when you mix that with hardcore scarcity. So I have a feeling that we're like so early in these games, like they're years out from being finished, that like investing in these games early on, I mean, it's really risky because it's possible that they could just fail and be complete busts, but also there is so much upside in some of these really rare collectibles. I mean, you just look at Axie Infinity, some of these like one of 1,000 things sell for like tens of thousands of dollars already, and Axie Infinity still has so much growth ahead of it. Just think about a 1 of 1,000 in a game like Mirandus that has the potential of having millions of players. It's being developed by a company whose CEO started Zynga, which created Farmville, which had tens of millions of players. Like, there's a lot of potential here, so I'm really excited about it, and I was happy to invest in this game. I'm really excited about owning these NFT characters. I'm gonna be going for a pet dragon as well. So my in-game character is gonna be a super rare ancient elf with a super rare dragon pet. And yeah, I'm just gonna be blinged out in this game. I do not care about looking cool or being cool in real life, but when it comes to games, when it comes to virtual realities, that's where I want to be epic. I don't know, my brain may be messed up, but these games are gonna be so cool because you're gonna be able to generate real wealth in them. It's gonna be like the entire economy compressed into a virtual world. I am super excited about Mirandus. If you guys are excited about blockchain gaming as well, then remember to leave a big thumbs up on these videos. When you do that, it really helps them out. The YouTube algorithm sees the engagement and then goes, wow, people really like this, and then recommends it to tons of more people. So leaving a big thumbs up is really, really helpful. And then if you've watched this whole video and you're not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Make sure you hit subscribe, click that notification bell, and you'll be notified when I post new blockchain gaming, play to earn gaming content, more Mirandus videos, a ton more Mirandus videos. So I am very thankful if you join the On-Chain Gaming family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And then one last thing, if you do want to go above and beyond in supporting the channel, and if you also want to like join the On-Chain Gaming Discord and stuff like that, then check out our Patreon linked below, and you can see all the rewards for becoming a Patreon producer of the channel. Thank you so much, everyone who's already a producer of this channel. You guys are what enables us to make this content. Or another way you can support the channel is by buying a Gala Games node using our referral link, and I made a ton of videos about nodes. I highly recommend you watch some of those if you don't know about nodes. It's a great way to earn passive income. I actually own a node, my brother owns a node, and Josh, our friend. We have 3 nodes running in this house. We love the passive income and the NFTs that we get from those. So that is another great way to support the channel, is buying a node through our referral link. So check that out as well. By the way, a thumbs up is all the support we really need. Until next time, guys, have fun roaming the metaverse.